What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Goodol'boys YouTube channel. Today we're going to be replacing the seal on the output shaft of the Hawk 250. So for the miles, we have 7,364 and we have 250.3 hours. So you guys can hopefully see what I can see. You can see the face of the seal is a little bit worn down, and just in general the edge of the seal is kind of pushed back into the case. You can also see here we have the telltale signs of why the seal went bad. So we don't have bad bearings, we don't have anything like that going on. What we have is a case of grass getting caught behind here, wrapping kind of around the shaft and behind the sprocket, and it kind of just gets crammed and forced in under the seal. So what that does is it eats the seal lip and it causes the seal to go bad. And again, you can see literally where the rubber is worn through to the metal of the seal, where the grass had been rotating and rotating around there and eating at the lip on the seal. It's time to get this seal replaced. There's a couple techniques you can use. I'm going to use one technique in particular that I learned on YouTube a couple of years ago. So what we have here is just a normal wood screw, a screwdriver. I'm going to take this and put this in the face of the seal and kind of tap it into the seal. Now, disclaimer, before we get going here, you guys need to listen very carefully. Obviously, you have to be very extremely careful when you're doing this kind of thing. So the hammer that we're going to be using to tap this into the seal, we just want to go very carefully. You're just trying to get the screw started into the seal. You have to remember there's bearings, there's, all kinds of sensitive stuff on the inside of these housings you don't want to get into. So just a couple light taps, just enough to get the screw started into this seal. Okay. All right. And now we can take something like these pliers and kind of pull on the head of this screw. And just like that, we got the seal out. And I do want to show you guys a little closer look here. You can see the seal definitely got ate up by a bunch of weeds and grass. So, and this, if you couldn't see it, you can clearly see it now. You can see the rubber part of the seal is completely worn off here. It's worn down to the metal. And also, another very important note, you can see the screw is barely, just barely into the seal. So this is exactly what you want. Again, like I said, you want to be very careful. I can see right now there's a bearing in here. I'll just show you guys. Right here, that's your main output shaft bearing. You don't want to mess that up. You'll be completely splitting the cases and complete disassembly on the engine in order to replace that bearing. So again, when you're doing this kind of stuff, just be very careful, be very cautious. You can see I also went ahead and put an oil pan under this. Doesn't look like there's any oil that's going to be coming out of here now, so we're good to go on that. Now we're going to go ahead and get some measurements on the seal for you guys. Normally I get the measurements off the face of the seal, but as you can see, if there were measurements, they're completely gone now. Outside diameter of the seal, we're looking at about 34. The inside diameter you can never really get off of the seal itself, but we're seeing about 20 there. So for the inside diameter on the seal, you always kind of want to measure the output shaft in this case. So it looks like right around 20. For the width, let's see here, we have 6 or 7 millimeters. I'm gonna go ahead and order a seal. It'll be here in about a week and we'll throw it on the bike. Okay guys, so this is the seal we're gonna order here. So it's a JL seal, as you can see the size of it. So it's actually inner diameter first, so 20 millimeters by 34, which is the outer diameter, by 7, which is the width. And you can see this is a double lip metric oil seal by TC, and it's a high temp seal. So this is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so we got the new seal in the mail. Just by looking at them here, we can see they're pretty much exactly identical. So on this seal, you can very obviously see the lip is missing On the new seal, you can see we have the double lip seal on the outside, obviously because it's new and it's not been worn off. So once more, the link to this will be in the description box below. If you guys are looking for this, I'll have a link to it. This is a high temperature 20 by 34 by 7 high temperature oil seal. First step, prep the area before we install the seal. We have some assembly lube. We're gonna go ahead and take that, put that on the shaft, on up in here, where the inside of the seal is gonna be running on the shaft. So hopefully you guys could see that. You actually want to have the seal completely dry when putting this on here. You don't want to pick up any contaminants from the output shaft here. We're also going to have to be careful when installing this. You want to kind of work it on here. When you get to this part in the middle of the output shaft, what you're going to have to do is turn the seal to the side and slowly work the seal up onto there and twist it as you're pushing it on. Now it's as simple as just pushing it in here with your thumb, or if you need, you can get a deep well socket or even a 1/4 inch extension and just kind of work around the seal and push it in there. And there we go. Have a nice tight new seal. Also important to note, you don't want to push the seal too far in here. My output shaft feels fairly nice and tight. That's the resistance of the seal, but it may also be the seal against the bearing. So just something to think about here. Just want to be careful, don't push it too far back in there. I may have pushed this a little far back in, but we're going to run it because the only way to get this seal back out is to go ahead and ruin it basically to get it pulled back out. So again, we'll take a chance here. We'll see what happens. But again, just be careful. You don't want to push your seal too far back in here. There we go. And good as new, the Hawk is ready for some more adventures. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out that description box below. We'll have other videos like this linked down there. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace. Woo.
It's all about humanity.